Greetings, friends and kindred. God bless you guys. It's Minister Patricia here for this week's live, this weekly installment of the live to come on to hopefully be an encouragement to whomever comes here to see this, and then for my own personal journey, getting me back to my voice and reclaiming my time and speaking and finishing strong and the whole nine. So that's my personal agenda, if you will. And then yeah, most importantly, to be an encouragement prayerfully to those who stop by. So happy Super Bowl Sunday to everybody. I was thinking about this lady I used to work with, and whenever something good happened, no matter what time of year it was, she was like throw her arms up in the air, like, when it's when the kick is good, and she'll be like, Super Bowl Sunday. So, I mean, it could be Easter, and she'd be Super Bowl Sunday. So yeah, so happy Super Bowl Sunday to you guys, and I'm checking in and wanted to remind you about the laughter. Being sure to get that in, get your laughter in, get your journaling in, get your praying in, get your fasting in, I was listening to Taffy Dollar the other day, and the church, World Changers, has been on a fast, and she was saying when that clock strikes midnight, she said, I'm gonna get something. She said it might be a soda or dessert or something, but she's like, when that clock strikes midnight on the last day of the fast, she's breaking that fast. So I thought, that's pretty funny. Yeah, so are we getting all that stuff in? Are we remembering to do that? Because this world is not the most fun and easy place to live in, and we got to keep our sanity. We got to keep our peace. We got to keep our hope. All of the things we got to work on it, and we can't allow the enemy and life circumstances and just whatever to that could bombard us and make us want to throw in the towel, make us want to quit. We can't let those things come in and choke out the word, choke out our peace. God said he give us peace that surpasses all understanding. And in the parable where he talks about how the word was sown, and because of the ground not being able to receive it, then the cares of this world were able to come in and choke it out. So we don't want that. We want God's word to penetrate our hearts. We want our ground to be fallow. Is it fallow? No, we break up the fallow ground. So that's what we don't want. So we want the ground to be receptive. We want it to be broken up to where the seed can get inside, that can receive moisture, can receive whatever it needs to germinate, to bring these things to pass in our lives. So did you guys get the joke on Wednesday in the whole spirit of keeping some laughter going? Because I'm needing to remind myself of this too. I need to make a little checklist so I can remember every day. Did you laugh today? Or put something on my phone like an alarm and set it for every day to remind myself I do pretty good, but I can do better because I need some more laughter. Yeah. So yeah, did y'all catch it on Wednesday? I did the Hump Day humor. I'm going to do it again today because it's Super Bowl Sunday, and the Super Bowl is in Louisiana. So this is apropos. So it says, years ago, when Boudreaux was a college freshman, being fresh off the farm and a rather healthy young man, he figured he'd try out for the football team. Can you tackle? Asked the coach. Watch this, Boudreaux told him, and proceeded to run smack into a telephone pole, shattering it to splinters. Wow, said the coach. I'm impressed. Can you run? Man, sure I can run, said Boudreaux. He was off like a shot, and in just over 9 seconds, he had run a 100-yard dash. Great, exclaimed the excited coach. But can you pass the football? Bujo rolled his eyes, thinking, hesitated for a few seconds. "My coach," he said, "if I can swallow it, I can probably pass it." So I think you're not supposed to laugh at your own jokes, but I told you I need to laugh. So if you didn't get that on Wednesday for the Hump Day humor, then you got it on Sunday for the laugh. So prayerfully, that's a blessing to you. I just thought that that was cute because the Super Bowl is in New Orleans, in Louisiana, and this is a Boudreaux joke, from the great state of Louisiana to boot. So prayerfully, that was a blessing unto you, and I won't be before you long today because it is Super Bowl Sunday. And so if you are into watching the game or Super Bowl parties or what have you, I'm sure you are in the midst of getting ready for all of those kinds of things. I was thinking, because I got this shirt on, and obviously this is college, but I realized I didn't have a jersey, which I'm not pulling for either team this year, or kind of Kansas City, but I don't know, I kind of like the other team a little bit too, but, and then the whole thing is, because like with women, we kind of need to know who's playing and stuff. We don't really know the ins and outs of the game, but if we know somebody that's on the team, or we know somebody that knows somebody, then we kind of get into it because of relationship type of a thing. And then like the quarterback, his family is from East Texas. His dad is not his dad. His uncle is part of the A&M system. Is an Aggie, and is a regent, and then so that's how I got to watching them in these previous bowls. And so anyway, I don't really have a team, so I was thinking, well, I'm gonna put a Cowboys jersey on because I always go back to the Cowboys when if I'm not pulling for a particular team or whatever, I'm always a Cowboys fan. And that's because when I was little, and this is where I'm going with this, because I was thinking about memory lane, because when I was little is when I first started watching football. So I was about 10 when I first started watching. It was the Cowboys. I was watching with my dad and cousin Herman, daddy's cousin, and then my Uncle Bobby when he would be in town. And so that was my introduction to watching the game, watching it with them. And I remember Drew Pearson was playing, and there would be this play where he would like break up and then run behind the other players. And so I remember 10 years old asking my dad, it's like, well, why does he do that? Because the commentator would come and say, number 88, Drew Pearson in motion. And so I asked my dad, my cousin, like, why is he doing that? And he said, it's confuse the defense, or confuse somebody. So I said, but he do it every time. I'm 10. Every time he do this, they snap, or maybe they don't snap. I don't know what they do, but they like be in position, and then he pop up and run behind the rest of them, and then the commentator, number 88, Drew Pearson in motion. And so I'm like, he did it every time. So they just kind of like didn't know what to say, because like, she's right, he does it. Because I'm like, if that's confuse somebody and I see you do it every time, then they know he gonna do it every time too. But anyway, I'm sure my dad and my cousin were like, wonder if she don't have a book or something that she can go read and leave us alone to watch our game. So anyway, that was my first little entree into to the game. And then I was thinking also, a couple of years later, about 12 years old, I went to a local football game, high school football game with my sister. And they, I don't know if it was like the rivalry of the schools, the high schools, or what, but it was like a big game. It was like, people were there. And so we were there, and then our neighbor was sitting in front of us, our neighbor, Bruce Miller. who was cold. I mean, just I knew enough about it to know he was bad in sports, in football, and his whole family was good in sports. And the girls ran track, and the boys played football, and they probably did everything else in between. Um, but anyway, so Bruce was sitting in front of us, and then Bruce, just as an aside, Bruce, I don't know why he didn't play professional. I was young still. Like I said, I was probably like 12. So I don't know what happened there. But his nephew, Jamal Charles, did go on to the NFL and had a great career. So so that's that whole Miller family. I mean, they just cold in sports. But anyway, this football game, I'm about 12, so 10 years is like I spotted out that something was wrong with this play. but then I still don't know what I'm looking at and what's going on. So we're at the game, and the crowd just goes wild. Like something happens on the field, the crowd goes wild, and I look up at the scoreboard, and we didn't get any points. So it's like, well, what's going on? So it happens again. Something happens on the field, crowd goes wild, scoreboard, no change, we ain't getting no points. And then I'm thinking, don't we need to be over there to get these points? Like, what's going on? So finally I asked, like, why y'all so excited? What's going on? So they said, we got a first down. And I was like, oh, okay. I said, how many points you get for that? It's like, his scoreboard is not changing. So like, how many points you get for that? And they're like, no, you get four downs. You get 4 chances. You get, to run 10 yards. And if you run 10 yards, you get another first down. And so, that's what happened. We got another first down. I was like, okay. And Bruce is explaining this to me. So I got one of the coldest in Port Arthur. Explaining this stuff to me, and I'm still not getting it. But it sunk in later. I started learning later, but that day it was just funny to me because these people were going wild, and I wanted to go wild with them, but I ain't know, so I'm just sitting there, and I look up, and it's like, we don't got no points up there, and these people like right here, and they need to be over there. Usually they over there when we get these points. so yeah, so that was early on with this whole thing, but then I figured I need to start learning this because I was always there. Because in elementary school, I was a cheerleader at the YMCA, which is another hot mess, because I was like a co-captain, and I would want to call a cheer like, get them defense or something, and we would have the ball. So the adults would tell us which cheer to do. But yeah, so I was clueless. But then, time moved on, and like 7th grade I was in the marching band, 8th grade I was a twirler, 9th grade in the marching band, and then the rest of high school on drill team. So like, I made all of these games. I need to start figuring out what's going on. So things got better. I wouldn't say that I'm some scholar or like I have it all down pat or anything, but I do know the difference between the first down and a touchdown. I can watch a game from start to finish and be kind of up on what's going on and enjoy it. So yeah, so all of these little memories coming back because it's Super Bowl Sunday, and I hope that you're having a good time, and I hope that you if you didn't laugh at the Bujo joke, that maybe my ignorance which I was little, but maybe my ignorance was funny to you and made you chuckle or made you think about some things and feel a little lighter today and go on about your day and have a good day. So that's all, folks. So y'all have a blessed one. Love you guys. And until next time, this has been Minister Patricia. Have a wonderful, wonderful week. Enjoy the game. And if you are not into it, you just don't want to, then do something that you enjoy. God bless.